welcome. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Georgie from Healing Moons, and today we're looking at the Disseminating Moon phase, which is the very start of the Waning moon phase. So the main theme of this is breathe, and our key words are cycle, relax, accept and regroup, and this takes place 3.5 to 7 days after the full moon. So after the intensity of the full moon and the energy that you've expended in creating your manifestations, you can kind of feel like you want to just fall into a slump afterwards, because it's like doing a sprint and you need a rest. So the general theme right now is, if you're feeling like that and you're tired and you want to relax, just do it. It's the time to stop, take a breath, and just kind of start to reassess. But the main theme is to just relax. Okay? You've done all the hard work. Whether or not it's come to fruition, it's okay. If it has, that's great. If not, don't worry. Okay? It's time to just take a little break and have a little bit of you time. So life can become so much easier when you're living with these cycles and you're going with the flow of the energies. So obviously this isn't the time to start something new, because your energies are already completely expended from what you've just been doing. So yeah, take a break. Don't worry about starting anything new just yet, because in a couple of weeks we'll have the new moon again, and then you'll just start the cycle again of focusing on the new things that you want to bring in. Okay, so it's a time to accept what is, where you're at, what you've done, what you have at this point. And as I said, it's a time to regroup and refocus as well. So obviously this is the start of the waning moon phase. So as we go forwards with this part of the phase, you'll notice that the moon's getting smaller. Whereas when we were going from the new moon to the full moon, it was getting larger every night. So it's decreasing, getting smaller, and as the energy goes down as well. And you'll start to kind of notice that your energy goes with that flow as well. It's also a time for where you're refocusing and regrouping and reviewing what it is that you've learned as well in this past part of the lunar phase. You can start to think about what you've learned and if there's anything that you can share with others as well. So it's a great time to be sharing your wisdom from what you've learned in that part of your growth cycle as well. So moving on into the crystals. There aren't a lot of crystals that I have written down for this. We've got Moonstone, which is for all phases of the moon and helps you to embrace the natural rhythms and cycles of energy. And we've also got Green Jade written down, which is to protect loving hearts. For me personally, I'd probably think about maybe rose quartz for self-love, as part of your relaxing. Sorry, I had to stop for a cough there. Yes, so rose quartz as part of your self-love and relaxing and taking care of yourself, and maybe something that would help to replenish and ground. So intuitively I'd probably be looking at something like black onyx or black tourmaline to help reground, and because you're going inwards anyway, it will help you with those sorts of energies too. For the essential oils, We have clary sage, which has a hibiscus floral and slightly fruity fragrance to it, but this helps calm nerves and also to open up your path of natural intuition. Then we have geranium, which has a strong floral smell, so bear this in mind when you're using it, because you may only need a little drop or a couple of drops of it. If you can, when you first get them, if you're not used to using essential oils, I would have a little smell of the actual bottle before you drop it in anything, if you're using them in a diffuser, because then you can kind of judge how much you like it when you're going to use it as to how many drops to put in. But geranium also is calming in small amounts. So I presume that it would be a little bit like lavender, which is our next essential oil. Excuse me. So lavender, I'm going to go all Daleki now. Lavender helps to de-stress, unwind and relax. And lavender it's one of those that it doesn't necessarily do what it says on the tin for every person. Some people can find lavender as quite rejuvenating, and it kind of wakes them up rather than relaxes them to help with as a sleep aid. So that's also something to bear in mind. And maybe if it's an oil that kind of wakes you up, then substitute it for something that works for you and relaxes you, because that's the whole theme. So if one doesn't work, just kind of substitute for something that does work for you, because we're all so individual. Okay. The next on my list is Roman chamomile. So great time for chamomile tea as well, I would have thought. But this is a bright and crisp kind of fragrance to it, and it helps to let go of stress and anger, and it also helps to promote sleep, which we know from chamomile tea. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my throat this morning, but this is the only opportunity that I have to record this, so I'm going with the flow. So next one I've got on my list is rose, which helps to calm and heal. But you can use these in products as well. So if you've got something that's rose fragrance, they can also help in that way too. If you don't want to use the oils in a diffuser or something like that, there's other options out there. The next one that I have on my list is ylang ylang, or lang lang. Not quite sure on the pronunciation, but it's one of those, because I'm not sure if the Y is silent, but there we go. It's a delicate, fruity and floral, and it's to boost creativity, which may not be 100% what you need it for right now, but it also eases stress and diffuses anger. So those are our oils for this phase. I was going to say this week, but this phase. So yeah, thank you for joining me and putting up with my little coughs. And if you're enjoying this, then please like, subscribe, tell your friends, all of that good stuff, because it all helps me to grow the channel and reach more people. And as always, if you're interested in getting any of the oils or crystals that I've mentioned, then my link is in the description box, which will take you to my website. And of course, you're always welcome to reach out and contact me directly. And I will leave you all to it. Thank you again for joining me. Love and light. Take care. Bye.